Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel where I'm reviewing clean beauty. So thank you so much for tuning in with me today. Now in today's video I am going to be reviewing a full face by the brand RMS Beauty. So RMS Beauty has been around since 2009. I do feel like they're kind of the OG brand of clean beauty. So when I think about RMS Beauty makeup, I definitely think about something luminizing, something glowy, something radiant. I think that really summarizes this brand. I feel like they really go for that glowy look. I was really excited to review this brand because I did accumulate quite a lot of products by them, and definitely some products are hits and others are misses. I'm a huge fan of their powder formulas, and recently I got my hands on some more base products. So I'm really happy to share with you guys my opinions actually on all of these products because I've got a full face. There's quite a lot of product in front of me. I really hope this video is going to be helpful for you guys so you can navigate a little bit easier through the brand, but also do keep in mind that what might work for me may not work for you and vice versa. You know, makeup is super individual, but I'm definitely going to tell you what I liked and what I didn't. So take everything with a grain of salt. You know, if I'm bashing your favorite product, I am super sorry, but you know, I just try to be honest with you guys and tell you my honest experience with all of these products. RMS Beauty is also clean at Sephora, so you can also purchase it at Sephora, and I'm also going to link another shop that sells these products in my description box below. You can always check out my description box for codes, discount codes, and affiliate links as well. Also, you guys, if you do enjoy clean beauty as much as I do and you have not subscribed to my channel yet, just gotta hit that button. I would absolutely love to have you here. You can also ring the bell in order to stay notified about my upcoming content. And if you do enjoy this full face review, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up at any point. That would be very much appreciated. So I'm really thrilled to be sharing my opinion on this brand with you today. Now, RMS Beauty is 100% cruelty-free and most of their products are also vegan. So if vegan products are a concern to you, I would definitely always double check the ingredients because I do think that they are using sometimes beeswax in their formulas. But yeah, you guys, without no further ado, let's just go ahead and let's review a full face by RMS Beauty. So you guys, let's actually start with the very first product by RMS Beauty. Now, I don't have any priming products. I know that they recently came out with something called Master Radiant Base. So I did not really pick that product up. Looking at it, it's just going to enhance the radiance underneath the foundation. Now, I'm not somebody who likes necessarily a super radiant base, you know. My base, I kind of prefer that matte or satin, just a little bit less glowy. So there was absolutely zero point in me picking up that product. They also have this in 2 shades, and I don't know if that shade would actually match. I have no idea. I can't really say anything. All I want to say is if you want a primer by them, there is an option and it's called Master Radiance Base. It's new. I have no idea, I haven't tried it. So let's actually move on to a product where I know a little bit more about. So let's actually move on to the foundation. So this is the Uncover Up Cream Foundation, and this retails for $52. So you guys, in the beginning, I was actually very resilient to actually try this product because so many people told me it's a dewy foundation and stuff. And of course, I don't like dewy stuff, and I never picked it up. Also, I heard from so many people that there were concerns about the coconut oil used in this product and all of that. But for some reason, I was just curious, and this girl really wanted to do a full face of RMS. So basically, let me tell you that this foundation really did surprise me. It was nothing like I expected it to be. At all. First off, I do have a little bit of trouble with cream foundation. So when I hear cream foundation, it's kind of like icky for me because cream foundations do tend to break up on my combo skin. However, I've got good news for you. This product, I actually like this foundation, and it kind of surprises me because I never thought I would, but I really do. So let's actually have a look at what they're saying about the foundation on the website. So a rich, nourishing cream foundation that provides natural buildable coverage with a flawless, lightweight, luminous finish. So packed with cold centrifuged organic coconut oil, wild-crafted burriti oil, and RMS signature adaptogenic blend, this hydrating formula evens tone and texture with seamless coverage as it works to improve skin from the inside out. Skin feels nourished and calm, even with extended wear. So let's actually also have a look at these ingredients. So this is actually an oil-based foundation. The very first ingredient in this is jojoba seed oil, followed by castor seed oil, meadow foam seed oil, beeswax. So this foundation is actually not vegan. And then we have coconut oil. Now, this might be a problem for people with acne-prone skin and who do react to coconut oil. I personally don't think I have like issues with coconut oil, you know. It's not my favorite ingredient in a foundation in general. Oil is not my favorite ingredient. We also have silica, we have propidiol, we have pantolin glycol, we have tocopherol, which is a vitamin E. We have buriti fruit oil. And then we have this really interesting blend. We have St. John's wort, we have horsetail marigold, turmeric, ashwagandha, and licorice. And we've got olive leaf. So really interesting blend of a lot of like botanicals. So this foundation actually does come in 16 shades. I mean, it's an okay foundation range. It's not the best, it's not the worst. But I do feel like they made an effort to kind of balance out the shade range, although I think there is still some room for the deeper skin tones, you know, to do a little bit of an improvement and to maybe add some more shades. Now I actually have the shade 22 and that one is described with its yellow base. This shade is great for light to medium skin tones. I don't think this is yellow at all. Like, it's not yellow, you guys. It is actually pretty neutral and it works very, very well with my skin tone. I have seen foundations that pull very yellow and I don't think this is. I think this is very neutral. So let's actually talk about the packaging here. This comes in a glass jar. Now, not necessarily my favorite way for a foundation, but I did appreciate the fact that they added a spatula for the price, you know, with this product, so you don't have to dip your finger in. So really interesting consistency too. This kind of feels like a moussey foundation. It's not a greasy cream or anything. It's kind of more of a fluffy consistency, like a whipped consistency. Now, I really do enjoy the texture of this product. It's actually really nice. It's whipped, it's fluffy, it's creamy, and it kind of feels super lightweight on your skin as well. I kind of assumed that this would feel very heavy on my skin, but really, it doesn't feel heavy at all. It really does feel like lightweight. I really prefer using a sponge with this product. The application with the sponge is so smooth. It's absolutely flawless, blends out like a dream. And the one thing that blew me away was the amount of coverage I got. With just a little bit of product, I mean, just the way this looked, it looked super refreshing. My skin looked fresh, it looked healthy, it looked balanced out. It just looks really, really good. I'm actually really surprised at that. I was really surprised at the coverage level. I was surprised at how easy this product was to use and how smooth it blended out. Now, you could definitely layer this product up, but I don't really need to. I immediately get a medium to full coverage out of this, and I don't really feel the need to pile this on my face. I felt like that at the end of my day, it didn't break up on me, the coverage was still there, it looked okay. I feel like I wore this foundation about 5 solid hours without an issue, and then afterwards I just had to simply touch it up a little bit with powder. I would definitely recommend this product in case you're looking for a cream foundation that doesn't look heavy on your skin, that won't break apart after a couple of hours. If you do desire a lot of coverage, this is a really, really, really good one. I mean, I'm honestly really surprised at this coverage level. Really nice. I don't even want to call this finish dewy because I don't think it's dewy. When I hear dewy, I think immediately of greasiness, and this did not really pull greasy on me. It was just very natural. Like, the finish of this was super natural with a very beautiful sort of natural glow. But I do want to say, if you are prone to acne, if you're not good with oils, or if you're not good with coconut oil, I do want to stress out that this product does contain a bunch of oils. So if you are not good with that, I would definitely not recommend this product. So yeah, all in all, really surprised by this foundation. Super nice. So let's actually move on to their concealer. So this is the Uncover Up concealer, and this retails for $36. So their concealer actually does come in the same shade range as the foundation. Now, I have 2 shades in this concealer. I have the shade 11 and I have the shade 22. So the shade 11 is described as an ivory with slight golden base, and the shade 22, they say this has a yellow base and it's great for light to medium skin tones. So this concealer is actually a very overhyped product in my opinion, because I've seen this around everywhere. And I've seen people loving on this, and then I've seen people really not liking it. Now, I am somewhere in between. I am not completely convinced on this concealer. Now, I applied the shade 11 on my under eye. It is very, very oily. Now, this is very different from the foundation. The foundation has this sort of whipped, lightweight texture, and this to me is just extremely oily. It is extremely shiny, and I feel like the coverage on this concealer is just not there. It's okay. It gives me somewhat a light to medium coverage on my under eye, but I do have to apply a little bit more product, and if I do over apply this product, it just gets too greasy. So that's my only concern with this. It doesn't really crease that much. I feel like this concealer doesn't really crease, but it's just a texture. It's very oily and just a little bit slippery on my under eye. Looks nice after I powdered it, but just in general, not my favorite concealer. Now, also in terms of spot concealing, I'm not so sure if this is going to be your best friend if you really need to spot conceal and if you do need a lot of coverage. I would suggest using the foundation over the concealer, because this is so oily, it may just move around the coverage underneath it a little bit, you know, because the foundation has such great coverage. I mean, to me, this is just better coverage than the concealer. I thought I could spot conceal with this, but it's just not really doing that much, and I end up just looking a little bit greasier than before. So I like it for my under eye. It looks okay. It does the trick. It does the job, but it's not going to be my favorite concealer of all time, just because I do think it's a little bit too greasy for me. But in general, it's an okay product. Would I ever repurchase it for $36 though? Definitely not. So let's actually move on to their powder. So this is their Amp powder, and this retails for $34. They also have a tinted version of this powder. Now, I do have the translucent version of the powder. I actually really do enjoy this product. Let's have a quick look at the website, what they're saying. So this is a setting powder. It's talc-free, translucent. So a weightless, oil-absorbing finishing powder that diffuses skin as it sets and softens makeup to create a smooth, natural, translucent finish. Super powered powder formulated with 100% silica that reflects light and sets makeup while it minimizes the appearance of pores, softens skins, and absorbs oil, all without a trace of residue. Now, I have to really agree on that. Like, this is 100% silica. I don't think I have... No, I do have a powder by 100% Pure that is bamboo silica. Now, I don't know if this is bamboo silica or not. Now, I like to mattify my face, and this mattifies your face without giving you a white cast. The 100% Pure one does give you a little bit of a white cast. This really does not. This is such an amazing powder. Now, this really does absorb oil because it's silica, you know, and I really like that. I like the finish. I like the powder. It's a really good powder if you have oilier skin. However, this won't suck the life out of your skin, you know. It's not going to leave you like cakey or dry or anything. But I feel like this powder is good. The only thing I really, really, really despise about this powder is the packaging. Oh my God. What a nightmare. This packaging is awful. I really don't understand why you would come up with this sort of powder packaging if there are so many other options. First off, this comes without a protective locking sieve. Super annoying, okay? I don't understand why RMS only poked 4 tiny holes into this compartment. I don't get it. There's just 4 tiny holes to get this product out. And you know what I did? I tipped it around the very first time, and I had to hammer with my brush onto the back of the packaging. And basically what happened was that this entire thing came off. So this protective lid right here, this thing here, literally fell off and the entire powder spilled. So annoying. I just don't understand why there's such a mediocre packaging for such a great product. But in general, my complexion looked amazing. It looked really nice. My base looked smooth, flawless, healthy. all of that. So let's actually move on to some more complexion products. Let's actually move on to some colors. So this is the RMS Luminizing Powder in the shade Madeira, and this retails for $38. So I gotta be honest with you guys, this bronzer is one of my favorite bronzers in the entire world. I don't even know how to describe this shade. It's very, very difficult to describe the shade. I do think it has a little bit of a red undertone without having a red undertone, you know? It doesn't really look red or anything, but it definitely has like a plummy undertone, something interesting to this, right? It's like different than any other bronzer I have, and that in itself makes this product super unique. So like all of these other luminizing powders, this is definitely not a matte finish. This will definitely give you a great radiance, a little bit of shimmer, but it's not patchy and it's not overly shimmery. I really, really enjoy this bronzer because of that, you know. It makes my skin just look glowy without being patchy shimmery, you know, that kind of nasty look when you see glitter particles cling on to your face, to your texture. Really does not do that. And I think the formula is so nice. This powder is actually very buttery, very smooth. Now I will say, in order to make this product work for me, I do have to tap off my brush first before I go in. Sometimes I overuse it, but you know, if I blend it out with a brush that is clean and stuff, no problem at all. I can diffuse this, you know. But it's a little bit more intense and it's a little bit more pigmented. So I would suggest, if you have lighter skin than I have, or even if you have the same skin tone, just tap it off with a brush, you know. It is such a pretty bronzer. I freaking love this. And yeah, I could only recommend it if you like the look of it, if you like how this looks on my skin. It is an amazing product. Plus, you're gonna get a lot of product with this. 15 grams of product. Just a quick reminder, I think the Kosas one has 6 grams. Like usually bronzers have somewhere like 6 to 7 grams of product. This has 15 grams of product, so more than double. And I feel like the price in that sense is okay. Otherwise, I would have said it's completely overpriced. But because you're getting so much product, it's actually an alright price, you know. And again, this shade, I just can't get enough of this one. So let's move on to their powder blush. So this is their pressed blush, and this retails for $24. So they have this product in 3 different shades. Now I picked up the shade Mooncry, and oh, Lord almighty, that was a big mistake because I tried this out once, but I will never use it again, unfortunately. The shade is kind of interesting, but the formula on this, it just doesn't work for me. For some reason, this pressed powder, it is just too shimmery for my liking. Like the Madeira bronzer doesn't really go that shimmery on me, but this one, it just did not look alright. Now I also have this other shade, Lost Angel. You guys, I can't open it because it literally broke when it arrived. They have refunded me, but I just want to say, I mean, if I'm going to remove this, it's going to be messy. 1 second. So you guys, I can't really open this compartment because it completely broke on me, but I'll show you the shade. So this is the shade Lost Angel, and I don't know, they're just too shimmery for me. So I feel like those products, these pressed blushes, they definitely look a little bit patchy on my skin. So this is the shade Lost Angel, and this is the shade Mooncry. I thought this would be a fun idea to use this kind of shade, you know, a little bit more of a plummy, purpley blush shade, but it just did not work out well for me. It's really unfortunate that I didn't film it, but just take my word for it that this just did not look right, you know. I feel like maybe it would look okay if I would use it on its own, but it's just too sparkly. It's way too reflective. And yeah, unfortunately, this product, I just don't know what to do with it. Maybe I'm going to use this as an eyeshadow. Now, these are a little bit more pigmented as well, so I feel like you could use them as an eyeshadow. But yeah, as a blush, I'd have to try this again, but as of right now, I just don't really like this formula. So let's actually move on from the blush to the highlighter. So this is the RMS Luminizing Powder in the shade Grande, and this retails for $38. So actually this product is the same product as the Madeira bronzer. It's a luminizing powder. So if you want to look for the Madeira bronzer, you actually have to click on the website where it says luminizing powder. That's how these products are actually called. Now they actually have 3 shades in total. They have the shade Grande, which is the highlighter. They have a medium shade called Midnight Hour. I think it's more like a highlighter for medium skin tones. And then they have the Madeira bronzer. So this is the shade Grande Dame. This is so fantastic. I have featured this already on my channel and I love this. This is one of my favorite highlighters in the clean beauty world. I mean, this is so pretty, you guys. This has like this beautiful, more champagne-y, leaning golden reflect. And just the finish of this is impeccable. Absolutely gorgeous. I mean, if you have been looking for that one highlighter that pulls a little bit golden and it's not too golden, you know, this is it. This is so pretty. This really reminded me also a little bit of the Ilia highlighting powder. However, this does not contain dimethicone. The Ilia one does, and you also get much less product. This also has 15 grams of product. So wow, it is so pretty on the skin. This works with every style of makeup. It's literally one of my most beloved highlighters ever, and I would definitely recommend this product. So let's actually move on to another sort of highlighting product. So this is their Living Glow Face and Body Powder, and this retails for $40. I actually picked that one up in summer. This is very glowy, it's very golden. So this is actually a loose powder and it comes in this rather bulky packaging. The only thing is, why can't they add a locking sieve to their powder? Is it that hard? I don't understand it. I really don't. Because this is a bloody mess, you know. You've got the sponge here, yeah, well, great, but it's so messy. But thank the Lord, they actually added more than just 4 holes in this. So this actually does come out quite easy. You know, I kind of dispersed this into the lid. So in terms of highlighter, this is very, very golden for the face. It pulls a little bit too golden for me. Now I really like to use this product in the summer a little bit on my neck and definitely on my collarbone. It looks really, really stunning actually when applied to your décolletage area. It looks really, really nice. Super glowy, definitely sets a statement, you know. Now, do you necessarily need this product? I mean, you could also just use your highlighter, you know, on your collarbone. It's not necessary, but I really wanted to try it to see the shade and the glow effect. Also, it's a loose powder, you know, so you definitely want a brush that disperses this in a flattering way, because if you just use a very densely packed brush, it's just gonna look like too much, you know, it's just gonna look like golden dots. So if you use a fluffier brush, it actually works out very nice. I would only recommend this if you really don't have anything like this in your collection and if you're really into these kind of golden powders. So that's it. Those were all my complexion products that I have by RMS Beauty. So let's actually move on to the eyes. They've got a couple of palettes. They have single eyeshadows and they have cream eyeshadows. Now, I don't have their cream formula. I don't have these eye polishes solely because I can only assume that those would crease on me the house. There was no point in me picking one up. So they also have single eyeshadows and then they have a bigger palette and they also have a newly released smaller palette. So I do have 2 of their palettes. I have the big one and I have the new one. So let's actually start with their bigger palette. So this is the Hidden Desire palette and this retails for $42. The main thing that I heard about this palette was that the colors were just weird, you know, that the color story was just kind of strange. You're kind of looking at this palette and you don't really know what to do with it. You've got these really odd sort of cool tone colors right here. And then you have this array of rather warm tone shades right here. You've got the blush here and you have a highlighter right there, okay? So at first when I opened this palette, I was a bit confused as well. But I have to say, I really like this formula and I like this palette. And I really do, because I kind of figured out how to use it. So I'm going to insert some swatches and walk you through the shades. So this is the shade True Love, which is described as a pink suede. This is the shade Mind Control, which is described as an indigo smoke. This is the shade Secret Admirer, a warm gray. This is the shade Guilty, a deep copper with warm undertones. This is the shade Immortal, an apricot shimmer. and this is the shade Lady Vanish, a deep golden aubergine. And now the luminizing powder, the highlighter, is called Mystic Moment, an elegant sheer glitter, and then the blush Passion, which is described as a soft salmon pink. So before we're talking about the eyeshadows, let's just quickly talk about this blush, because the other blush, you know, the single blush that I had, that didn't work for me. So this blush actually makes up for the other one, and I'm really happy that I have a blush that isn't that overly shimmery. It definitely does have a little bit of shimmer, but for some reason this just comes up on my skin so much more natural than this other shade Mooncry or Lost Angel. So the thing with this highlighting shade is this is the iciest highlighter ever, and I don't really like this as a highlighter on my face. You know, this is actually has a blue shift to it. It is so icy, and it just looks like one of these white stripe highlighters, okay? So I do prefer the Grande luminizing powder in that sense, but you guys, this must just be one of my favorite inner corner highlighters of all time, and also for my lid. This is perfect. It's so pretty. So in case you are looking at this and you're a little bit lost, it's a little bit counterproductive what I've done, because usually, you know, I would go in with sort of a transition shade, more of like a mid-tone pigment. But in this palette, this is kind of difficult. So what I tend to do is something that I rarely do, but I like to start with the deepest shade here. Now I like to use this shade, what's it called? Lady Vanish, this one right here. And I like to build that up slowly in my crease. I feel like the pigmentation of these eyeshadows is just fantastic, and you can really, really create a beautiful smoky look. Especially this color here, it looks super nice on my outer V. I like to really just use this a ton. And then what I like to do, once that's built up, I really like to use the shade Secret Admirer. Now be careful with this shade, you know, because I used this in the beginning as a transition shade, and my entire eye look just looked a little bit too cool tone, too beigey, and I just couldn't get out of it, you know. So I kind of like to add this on top of the darker color, which is not very natural going about colors that way, but it's just the way it works out best for me. And I also like to just disperse this a little bit on my lid, create a little bit more of the base for the glitter that goes on later. So in order to create the look that I did today, I just used this color and this one. And then I also used this amazing, beautiful highlighting shade, which is called Mystic Moment. I really like this shade so much on my eyes. I can't explain it, you guys. This is the perfect lid shade for me. I really like something white, sparkly, especially for my inner corners. And this shade it's just beautiful, and it looks so great in combination with these other two shades that I used today. So in case you would want to go a little bit more peachier, a little bit more pinker, you can definitely do that with these shades right here. So there is actually a little bit of variety in the looks that you can create with this palette, and I feel like it is a little bit weird to use it in the beginning and to work a little bit different with these colors, but the formula is amazing and I love them. So I'm actually really happy I bought this palette, you know, although I was a little bit reluctant in the beginning because I just heard that the colors were super strange. But I love it. I don't think the colors are strange, and I would definitely recommend it just because of the formula. And if these shades kind of speak to you and you think you can be a little bit creative with it, go for it. Sometimes you can create a look with only 2 or 1 shade. You don't have to always pile on like 5 different shades onto your eyes, you know? And the quality is definitely there. So this is their bigger palette, but they have recently released a new palette, and it's the palette of my dreams. So this is their Forever Eyeshadow Quad, and this retails for $34. I also read on their website that both of these eyeshadow palettes are limited editions. I've already showed you this palette in my new clean makeup of 2021. This was released around Christmas time 2020. But this is such a perfect palette. All of these colors are shimmer, metallic shades. They look so stunning on your eye. And for some reason, I definitely vibe with this color story. I feel like these colors are just what makes this palette stand out. You may think it's a boring little palette with just 4 colors, but no. This is the perfect topper for any eye look. I am really, really obsessed with the shade Frankie and that shade Clayton. Those two shades here, oh my goodness, super pretty. You could definitely just have an all shimmer look, you know, with just these shades, because you can definitely have this as a base and this as a topper. You could have this one as a base and then top it off with that one. A fantastic formula. I feel like this is one of my favorite palettes that I have, just because I kind of love like bright icy shades and shimmer shades, and I'm so happy that I got this, because I've been using this so much since I got it and I really enjoy it. So all in all, their eyeshadow formulas are definitely something I would recommend. So let's move on to the next eye product. Let's move on to their mascara. So this is their mascara and this retails for $28. This was actually a product where I had zero expectations whatsoever. I don't know, I never heard many people talking about this mascara at all, so I didn't know what I would get myself into. This is actually a nice product. So the wand on this, I love this brush. The bristles, the applicator here, fantastic. So this is a fiber brush and it definitely makes the application very easy. I had no issues with applying this. This didn't clump on me, it didn't glue my lashes together. But interestingly enough, it didn't give me as much volume, although it's a volumizing one. I feel like this gave me more length than volume. And I don't know why, it just feels very lengthening to me. It wasn't like the most volumizing one. It's a really nice formula, you know. It did not smudge on me, it didn't flake on me, it did not give me raccoon eyes. The wear of this was okay as well. I really like it, and I would actually use this mascara more for my everyday life, because it's not like the most dramatic look that you can achieve with a mascara. So this is great for my everyday because it's not over dramatic, but it's also not underperforming. So I'm actually happy that I tried out this mascara and that it works for me. And also another thing, you guys, it worked so well for my lower lashes, because sometimes it's a struggle with the brush to grab these little hairs. This one did such an amazing job for my lower lashes. No clumping, no problem, nothing. So in that sense, it's a really nice mascara. I just wanted to have mentioned that this mascara does contain beeswax, so it's not vegan, you guys. But okay, that's everything I've got for the eyes. So let's actually move on to the last category. Let's move on to the lips. So this is their lip shine and this retails for $25. This is a little bit of a sad story, to be honest. I really have to admit, this is my favorite shade ever made. And now you know why this is a sad story, because the shade got discontinued. I can't believe it. I really hope they're gonna bring this back, because they dramatically reduced their color selection with this product to only 3 colors, and I was a little bit bummed by that, because there is just no color like this on the market. I don't know, I've never seen it. And this really blew my mind. I love it. I feel like this is one of my most used lip products now, because it's just stunning. This has this beautiful sort of cool tone, beigey, brown, rosy undertone. I just cannot explain to you guys how much I really love this color. The formula too, it's really nice, but you know, it kind of wears off quite quickly, like after an hour or so you have to reapply it. But I don't care, you know, this shade makes me want to use this forever, because it's the prettiest color I ever had on my lips. This is just my personal taste. This is my favorite color. And if you like brown shades as much as I do, I think you would love this. However, it's discontinued. So sad story with the lip shine, but you know, whatever, it's how it is. I really just hope they're gonna make it into a lip gloss. Okay, you guys, that was everything I've got by RMS Beauty. So in general, this brand is a little bit pricier, but some of these products are really worth it. Others not so much. I feel like you definitely have to experience them for yourself, you know, because everyone is different and I can just tell you what I like. But in general, great makeup, you know, and I will definitely keep an eye on them, what they are going to come up with next. But yeah, you guys, please do let me know if you have tried out anything by RMS Beauty. I would be really curious to know if you like this or if you don't like the brand, if you have products that you like, if there is something that you didn't like, or if you would be curious to try something out. And also, if you do have further questions, please just drop me a comment below. And if you thought this review was helpful in any way, please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. That would be very much appreciated. And also, before you're leaving today's video, if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, you guys, I would love to have you here. You just have to hit the subscribe button. You can also ring the bell to stay notified about my upcoming videos. But yeah, so please do take care. I shall be seeing you on here very, very soon with the next review. So thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.